Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat. I am an RD to B and I eat plants almost exclusively. And today I want to do something a little bit different and do a what I eat in a day as Blair Walnuts, but vegan. Now this idea is 100% lifted from her channel. She has a big long series doing a bunch of different people where she tries out their diet for a day, a couple days, or sometimes even a week just to see how it goes. And I really love that. Of course, being an RD to be, I am very interested in what other people eat and food in general, and am kind of a little bit of a foodie because most people, if you're gonna have a career working with food, gotta be at least a little bit of a foodie. So I really love that series, and I also like the OG Supreme Banana content where she would like hashtag veganize different viral recipes like galaxy nachos or giant cookies and cream bars, things like that have just been stewing in my brain. And so I was like, those two pieces of content should have a baby. And that baby should be things like what I eat in a day as Blair Walnuts, but vegan, or what I eat as Kylie Jenner, but vegan. Has someone probably done this already? Probably, almost 100%. This is not an original thought, but I want to do it, so I'm going to do it anyways. So today's menu items are actually going to be pieced together from two different Blair's videos. She doesn't make what she eats in a day like as herself videos very often. Normally she's more focused on doing videos of other people's foods. So I pieced together two of them. One is about a year old, the other one is a little bit more recent, but they're still both kind of old. Anyways, the first one I watched, she only had like 2 meals and a bunch of snacks that day, so I'm getting the breakfast and the dinner from that one, and then the other one, she did actually have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so we're getting the lunch from that one. So altogether, I'm gonna have 3 meals, probably a couple snacks, at least one snack, and maybe some dessert. And I am pretty excited about all of those things, so let's go. Now, before Blair even eats, she actually started her day by letting in the sunshine. She mentioned that she was told she was vitamin D deficient, so she was trying to get more sun exposure because that is how your body can naturally make some vitamin D. When sunlight hits your skin, the UV rays stimulates vitamin D synthesis. However, that trick only works at some latitudes and at some seasons. If you are below the 30th latitude, or above, excuse me, the 30th latitude on this planet, so like where I'm from, Colorado, if you are there or above, during the winter months, the sunlight actually isn't strong enough to stimulate vitamin D synthesis in your skin. So taking a vitamin D supplement, especially over the winter, especially if you live somewhere where there are either dark winters or if you just don't go outside a lot in the winter because it's cold, and when you do, all your skin is covered by long sleeves and long pants, it's not a bad idea to take a vitamin D supplement in the winter. However, in the summer months, a little bit of sun exposure is not a bad idea. So Blair's breakfast in the video I watched was oatmeal with milk, salt, strawberries, butter, and peanut butter, and usually a piece of fruit after, which I thought the butter and peanut butter was interesting. It sounds really good, actually. I don't know how the salt is going to be, but I'm super down for strawberries, so I'm excited about those. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat a whole piece of fruit after having oatmeal, so, that might end up being one of the snacks, but I do love me some fruit. Also, interestingly, since she mentioned that she put salt in her oatmeal, one of the review articles that I read for my classes this last semester was actually talking about how the salt restriction for lowering hypertension, for lowering blood pressure, may not actually be as A, effective as I thought it was, and B, restricting salt intake might actually be detrimental in some other areas and restrict intake of other vitamins that are important. So I wonder if in the next couple years or so, the guidelines for salt restriction might actually change. We'll see. We'll have to see what more evidence comes out to paint a bigger picture. So I finally finished the oatmeal and I am so full. It was really good, but I should have made a half a cup of oatmeal instead of a whole cup. Mind you, it was half a cup dry, but it doubles up when you cook it, so it ended up being like a full cup, right? I should have made half of the oatmeal that I did, because oh my god, I am so stuffed. Like, I need to lie down. I am lying down because I'm so full. But like I said, it was really good. But here's the thing. fat, so like peanut butter and the butter, the vegan butter, and fiber, oatmeal and strawberries. Both of those things, fat and fiber, will delay gastric emptying, which just means it stays in your stomach for longer. It takes it longer to actually leave your stomach. So both of those things can help you like feel fuller for longer. And goddamn, am I feeling really full right now? But anyways, I'm just gonna lay down for a little bit. It was really good, but I'm too full. Definitely too full to have the piece of fruit after that she normally has. So that's gonna be a snack for later, and that's fine. So lunch for today is going to be spring rolls. I am pretty excited about these because I have not made spring rolls before. I've had them before and they're delicious and I love them, especially the ones from Tokyo Joe's. But I have never actually made them for myself. So very pumped about this chance to find an excuse to do it. Took me a minute to find the rice paper wrappers. They are dry and you can find them in the Asian food aisle in grocery stores. But I did find them. So I'm going to be pan frying some tofu with just a little bit of coconut aminos to give them some flavor. And I'm gonna put carrot and bell pepper into the wrap with them. Now I should have thought about it and grabbed some spinach or something to put like a green in my spinach rolls, but I didn't think about it, so we're gonna have some pretty basic ones, but I'm going to be dipping them in peanut sauce, which is one of my favorite sauces. It is spicy and creamy and delicious, and of course, all plant-based. So let's get started. This is how the spring rolls end up looking. There's 2 more in the fridge. I don't think I can eat all 4 at once, but I've got 4 of the like strips of tofu in there and a good amount of the carrots and bell peppers. They look very monochromatic because I forgot to get any greens for them, but I'm gonna be dipping them in peanut sauce and it's gonna be delicious. At least I hope so. It was actually kind of fun like using the rice paper though. It's like stretchy and weird. It feels like a sheet of plastic, almost like a plastic divider and a binder when it's dry, and then it goes and it gets all hydrated and then it's like stretchy and gooey. It's very interesting. I really enjoyed this. Highly recommend. So I ate one already and 2 of them are for later, but it's really good. I mean, I've had spring rolls before, so I knew I was gonna like it. But anyways, I fit 4 strips of tofu into each of the rolls. So between the 2 of them, they had 8 strips total. That's half a block of tofu, which ain't bad protein-wise, because I mean a lot of people put like chicken or steak or shrimp or whatever in these, but I am making it plant-based. So really that's like the one big swap for spring rolls is just putting in tofu or tempeh or edamame beans or something like that to make your protein plant-based, and then picking a sauce that doesn't have dairy, because I know you can have like a spicy mayo or an aioli or something like that that has dairy, but peanut sauce doesn't, and it doesn't normally, and it's so freaking good. If you haven't tried peanut sauce, I really, truly, highly recommend it. It's very good, and it's not very spicy. Like, I can't handle a lot of spice, but this is like a good level of just a little bit of spice, just a little bit of interesting heat on your taste buds, but nothing that'll like make you cry or anything. Like, it isn't even strong enough to clear out your sinuses, honestly. Anyways, delicious. I really enjoyed making the spring rolls for the first time. So a hobby that Blair has is painting, which I think is pretty cool because I cannot paint or draw to save my life. I don't work well trying to make 3D things happen on a 2D canvas or sheet of paper or something like that. I'm no good at it. So one of the artsy things that I can do, because it requires no original creativity of my own, is cross stitch. So I am currently working on this Indian peacock cross stitch, and it actually is starting to look like a bird. So that's my artsy hobby that I have. So in the video that I found for Blair's dinner, she had this very interesting sounding soup that is Greek called, oh god, I'm gonna butcher this very badly. Scroll back up to the top of this recipe to find the name. But the name is in Greek, which I do not speak at all. So again, I apologize for how I'm about to butcher this. Okay. Avgolamono? I'm so sorry. But it's like a lemon rice soup, and traditionally it has egg in it, which gives it like a thicker, creamier texture. And naturally, I'm not gonna put an egg in it. Instead, I have found a veganized recipe for it that I'm gonna try out, and I will leave it linked in the description. But I mean, most of the rest of it is all vegan anyway, so broth, instead of chicken broth, just use vegetable broth, rice, onions, carrots, celery, things like that. It does normally have chicken in it as well. The recipe as it is, it doesn't have anything to like replace that. Like it doesn't have tofu, it doesn't have tempeh, it doesn't have anything like that. What I'm going to do is make the recipe as it is written without anything like that in it. And what I'll try is after it's all cooked, I have some mock meat chicken in the fridge that I'll heat up and add like after it's been cooked. Because here's the thing about mock meats. If you cook them in like a pressure cooker or in a soup or something like that, they tend to get real freaking soggy and they leach all their flavor out like into the soup, so the soup tastes great, but then it doesn't have any flavor left like in the piece of mock meat itself. So it can get to be just like a really nasty, squishy, not very flavorful thing floating around in your soup. So I don't want to put it in with the soup while it's cooking. I would want to add it like right before I eat it. So that's how we're gonna try it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so made the soup and it was going really well. It was tasting really good with like the carrots and celery and the onion and the nutritional yeast and the tamari and things like that. Okay, it was going well until I added in the like sauce part that's kind of supposed to replace that like egg part of how the soup is traditionally made, and it ruined the whole thing for me. And it's not the lemon that messed it up. Like the lemon is fine. I like the lemon. I think it is either like the tahini in general or like the tahini that I used. So the tahini that I have is just ground sesame seeds, nothing else. Some tahinis have like sesame seeds and oil and salt and like other ingredients in it. So maybe it would work better if I used a different tahini. I don't know. Either way, I'm not eating this. It's like there's a little bit of a gritty texture and it's also just bitter. So it was going great before that though, which makes me really sad. Because if it had just been like the lemon juice and the miso added into the rest of the soup, it would have been good. But I suspect the tahini messed it up, which makes me really sad. However, Blair has said in a few videos that she just eats like chicken and vegetables for most of her meals when she's not doing videos like eating as someone else. So we're gonna switch to that. I had already bought the mock chicken to try in this soup, so I already have mock chicken and I have plenty of frozen vegetables. So I'm just gonna steam some of those bad boys up and have chicken and vegetables because this soup is a no-go. I'll still link it down below if you want to try it, but it's a no from me, dog. Sorry. So here is the mock chicken that I'm gonna throw in the microwave. I am very glad I end up having like a backup plan because I'm hungry for dinner, but I'm really disappointed that the soup didn't work out. The veggies are steaming up in the bag, by the way. I'm really disappointed the soup didn't work out though because I was really looking forward to trying it, so I'm really sad that it like didn't turn out well. And I don't know, I hope my roommate likes it or something because I don't want to just toss it. Maybe I'll just season the crap out of it and see if I can eat it anyways, but not tonight. We're gonna roll with this tonight. So here's the backup plan meal. Like I said, this is that chicken that was heated up. I really like this stuff. It doesn't taste like super dead on, like, oh my god, it tastes just like chicken. It does taste good, but it doesn't taste exactly like chicken. So if you're expecting like super dead on to chicken, not really, but it does taste good and the texture is really good. And honestly, I feel like the texture is like the big draw. I really like it. Anyways, steamed veggies, and I'm gonna dip them in some of the peanut sauce that's left over from the spring rolls earlier because I freaking love peanut sauce. So that's my backup dinner. That's what we're doing. It's getting to be a bit later, getting close to bedtime, but I really want a snack, and one of the things that Blair snacks on is popcorn. And funnily enough, this is, I think, movie theater butter flavored, but it's part of the, like, I think it's part of the Naturals line. It's the only real ingredients. I don't know. This particular flavor actually happens to be completely plant-based. One of my friends who has moved back to California, sadly, I miss her very much, she is vegan and she would bring these over for board game nights. So she left some with me, so now it's mine and I have it and I'm gonna snack on popcorn. Hello, it's the next day. I thought I'd give a little wrap up on my thoughts of veganizing what Blair Walnuts eats in a day. Honestly, this one was not that bad. It wasn't very hard. Like most of the stuff in the oatmeal, aside from the milk and the butter, was already plant-based. The spring rolls for lunch, super easy to make plant-based. Really, it's just the protein source you need to switch out, which again, plenty of options there. And then if the soup had worked out, that would have been great. But even then, like, it was not hard to find a veganized recipe for that soup that was out there online already. And again, everything going into it besides the eggs and the chicken, so all the vegetables, the rice, broth, things like that, already plant-based. So that wasn't too bad. And I was very, very full yesterday, like the oatmeal, spring rolls, all of it. I was very full, very satisfied, definitely got a lot of fiber, felt great, good energy, all that jazz. And I enjoyed my snacks too. I liked the popcorn. I always love popcorn, it's so good. But yes, I had a great time starting this. I really want to continue to do more of these, so please let me know in the comments down below who you would want to see have a veganized day of eating next. And please hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more. And you should also go and follow me on Instagram if you want to keep up with my day-to-day life. That'd be cool, that'd be cool. All right, thank you again so much for watching. I will see you next time.